Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and today we're going to talk about DoorDash. Specifically, we're going to talk about if there is a correct or an incorrect way to begin your Dash shift. People have asked me, Kevin, is there a strategy for the best way to start the night? They also asked if there's a typical strategy throughout the night, and I mean, the thing is, once the night gets started, it's kind of difficult to have the strategy because you never know where you're going to get taken. However, you can begin the night the right way, and if you do this strategy, your night is more than likely going to be better. And here's what I'm talking about. And this is, a lot of this is regional. You have to do your own research. I can't do it for you. I can't. I wish I could. But I have figured out that, you want to definitely go to certain spots when the Dash begins. Preferably, what I like to do is, there is a spot in Orange County that has 3 restaurants that typically get a lot of DoorDash orders. Not only that, the orders tend to be very large. So what I do is I park myself close to these 3 restaurants, and then I begin the Dash. Now, this doesn't always work. It's not foolproof. Sometimes I will still get called outside of this little area. But by parking myself near these restaurants, I am almost guaranteed 2 things. 1, that I'm going to get a high order from one of these 3 restaurants. And 2, that I will get a second order because I am so close to them. These are restaurants that are like sitting right next to each other, and they are very big DoorDash partners. Like, you don't pull out your card or anything to pay for them. And that is a good way to start the night, because you can most of the time get 2 orders right off the bat, and they would both be of decent size order. Now, again, this isn't foolproof. The app will sometimes take you outside of the zone, and you know what? If it wants you to go to Carl's Jr. 3 miles outside the zone, it might be worth it to deny it and wait for one of the more local ones. So you can see why this strategy is effective, but why I can't help you out with all of it. You have to figure out what restaurants typically get the big orders and which ones get them frequently and which ones get them next to restaurants that also get a high volume order. It's not always easy to pinpoint it. However, downtown areas is a good place to start. Malls is also a good place to start. I don't necessarily recommend being in a mall because malls are a hassle. They're just a hassle. But if it's a mini mall where you have outdoor parking and all that jazz, then that would be another good place to start. Some people say they like to start at home. You know what? That's fine. I agree with that, especially on slower nights. It might not be a bad idea to start the app at home. On the off chance you don't get any calls for 40 minutes, you can play Xbox or something. But my experience, especially for Sundays and Saturday and Friday nights, and Thursday nights to a certain degree, it's best to go to one of these restaurants that you know get a lot of DoorDash orders. You know the orders are usually high, which means you get a big tip. And if it can be helped, if this place is near another restaurant that also tends to get orders, or sometimes you'll get 2 orders from the same restaurant. So that's my advice for how to properly start your DoorDash Dash or shift, whatever you want to call it. Heck if I know what you want to call it. On slower nights, if you want to make a little extra money, but you're not sure if it's very busy, start at home. Just turn on at home. And then if you get an order, you get an order. If you don't, I guess you don't. That's just life. That's just how this works. So that is my advice. Do you have any advice? Have you tried this? Let me know if it works for you. I'd like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.